Hello everybody, this is All's House Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play the Banner Saga 3. Get the feeling we're getting pretty damn close to the end, so this might just be the finale. I mean, you'll already know by the title, but as I am recording, I don't know. Anyways, we left off on the decision of what to do here, and, well, I pretty much gave it away. We're going for the third one. Tell everyone to spread out and look for anything valuable. The Menders split the light into three to cover a larger area. There are no terrified shouts for help before you reconverge, but Deitch does find an unusual trinket clasped tightly in one of their hands. A few of you have come to the same conclusion. Mass suicide. These dredge appear to have ended each other before the darkness reached them, rather than be twisted alive. It leaves a pit in your stomach to wonder if the survivors in Arborang might do the same. The caravan leaves the macabre scene behind. And yet somehow we're still...
The white tower that looked like a toothpick when I first saw it now soars above our heads, dwarfing any structure made by kings or WoW. This is where our troubles began. And with luck, where they will end.
In the back of your mind, you always knew it was coming. A fearsome figure stands before the white tower, before a crowd of warped terrors. Oh, what almost started to worry you wouldn't make it, Bolverk growls. Now then, there is an event if you lost to Bolverk at the end of the Banner Saga 2. Now, if you lost to him, Bolverk would remove the arrow from Bellower, who would then reawaken. Now then, the whole event will lead to Krumer going after him to try and stop him or take him down. There's nothing you can do to stop him, and the end result is that Krumer will die. So yeah, knew I'd see your smiling faces again. I was expecting the serpent myself. Serpent carved a path for me straight to this place. You remember the quakes near the cliffs and put the pieces together. It must be getting pretty desperate if it brought you here to deal with us. On the contrary, seems like a great idea to me. Go ahead and try some mind tricks. See what rage really looks like. This is the last chance for reason, Bolverk. Your ravens can survive this. They're not mine anymore, witch. You know, I saw this place in my dreams. So this is where the Volca did all their dirty deeds. Stole your powers. Never thought I'd end up taking the Dredge's side. So, we got three options here. Rushing Bolverk, attacking while he's off guard, you get an easier battle. Stopping us now would be the biggest mistake you've ever made, more dialogue, and a battle. I didn't come all this way to fail here, more dialogue, and a battle. We could go for the easier battle, but honestly I think my team is at a point where we don't really need to worry too much. So I'm gonna go for more dialogue. I didn't come all this way to fail here. Then you're about to feel like a real ass. But let's cut to the chase. I didn't come to kill Ravens or Yingvar, the child killer. He points his axe at a paling Ivan. I'm here to kill the sniveling little bastard who caused all this. No holes to jump down this time. Now, let's see. Nope, Avon actually can be removed from the battle. Well, never mind. I'm not removing him. He's a key part of the fight, so I don't think there's really anything else. We do have the Ring Mother, which is pretty good. I could promote someone to 14. Let's see, +3 to all talents, +2 aggro, -1 move. It might actually be pretty good for Valgard, if I'm being honest. Sure, he loses out on his, will, but 20% divert armor, dodge strength, strength resist. The strength attacks ain't all that useful, but still. And the extra aggro. So yeah, I think I'm going to promote him to 14. Let's see, hunker down. Put a little more into robust. See, Divert is already at max strength. I don't know, Dodge. And then we give him the Ring Mother. See, this ring is said to have 8 children, each set with a different stone. Huh. Alright. Alright, nothing else to it. Let's battle. Now, is it just Bolverk this time, or... Nope, he's got companions. Oh, works for me. Alright. Keeping them towards the back, as the same with Castaway. I will admit these ice warped Volca crystal. Volatile crystal sends shards flying when struck. Oh boy. Alright, we gotta work with this. Seems Bolverk's not joining the fight just yet, and neither are these two. Alright. Guess we could see what happens when I strike one of these things. Okay, so it sends them in the opposite direction from wherever you strike them. That is good to know. I can hit anybody with those crystals using Castaway. So just start moving up and into range. Surprised you didn't strike that to hit Krumer. But hey, that's not my problem. Alright, let's start getting an umbrage going. No, get an umbrage going. Yep, there it comes. But thankfully he dodged, which means I don't have to worry about any of that. Let's see what happens if I Tempest. It's not too much damage, but I'm not too concerned. Let's keep the stone wall going. Ugh. Alright, go after this guy with Krumer. Let's just hit him real hard. Alright, get a Shatterstone going. Takes out that one, leaves that one bleeding, and he'll die on his next turn. Okay, good. Okay, who needs mending the most? Technically Castaway, but I still can't figure out why it won't work. So we're gonna go for Krumer. Yes, he loses some willpower, but that's fine. Okay, reinforcements are coming from both sides. I probably should have checked to see how many waves this final battle is. Oh well, we'll find out. Now we can only move them in here. Which honestly I probably don't want to do, except for maybe Castaway. Actually, maybe I should have moved Valgard in. Seems we also got some Or a warped, Varl. Get that bleed effect going. And let's start another umbrage. Get some more strength for them. Who needs the most mending? Probably Ivor. Didn't see that big guy. But it didn't matter. I need to get Valgard down here so we can start walling off these guys. Go for a 9 on this guy. Okay, good, good. Get some more strength. Let's see. Krumer could use some more mending. Let's get you moved out of the way of the Stone Singer. Alright, go for the Tempest. Valgard, I want you to take this one out. Alright, keep Umbrage going. No real mending needed. Again, Castaway's the only person I seem to have this problem with. Can't get to the warped Varl, unfortunately. Huh. Guess we finally got some kills with Castaway? Or enough kills with Castaway? Who knows. Okay, Avon. Let's see, he's down 4, he's down to 10. Yeah. Guess without any dredge allies left, he couldn't rupture anyone, which I'm guessing is what he was going for. He didn't get any strength to the warped Varl. You just rest. No willpower to steal, so not a big deal. Alright, where are the next set coming from? And honestly, I think I'm going to move my guys back. Except for Avend and Apostate. Ah, your journey ends here. Bolverk finally joins the fray. (14 and 21). Does he have anything special about him? Nope. Cold the weak, and he doesn't even have a second ability. Good. Alright, let's get another Umbrage going with Apostate, because why not? You can never have too much strength. Let's see... You know what? Let's go for a Mend on Castaway. Or at least as much of a mend as we can get. Alright, Krumer, you move up and around this way and finish this guy off. Castaway, you move up with Krumer. Excellent. Look at all this strength we wield. Krumer, though, definitely needs some mending. I mean, a completely unnecessary exploit, but hey. Valgard could take him out. That's how much power we've gotten from that Umbrage. But I think it only appropriate that Ivor is the one to finish him off. Yes, 'cause why not? Oof. Okay, so Ivor can't kill him. Well, not even if I do this. Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's taking advantage of mechanics. To weaken him just enough that Ivor can get the killing blow. Now, of course, that wasn't enough, but honestly, at this point, we're powered up enough that it's not gonna be that big of a deal to finish off these warped dredge. Oh no, diseased, how horrible. Oh no, you're in range for a Tempest. Alright, Valgard, finish off this last one. Pacified. Put Bolverk to rest once and for all. Castaway, defeat 3 enemies with Castaway. I guess some of the ones bleeding out don't count. Oh well. Oof, 40 renown from that, though I don't think we're gonna get to use it. You glance up at the white... You glance up. The White Tower is much taller than you imagined. Tall enough to reach a sun, you wonder? A trick of perspective? No, there really are that many stairs. Bolverk doesn't look right, still as he is. But he doesn't rise again. Ravens stare, wearing a wide range of emotions on their faces. You have no time to gape yourself. You drag Avon toward the tower where stairs spiral upward beyond sight, and you take the first of many, many steps. Chapter 22. Quickly, the top of the tower is just up these stairs. This is crazy. I still can't believe that's an actual sun. And you're really going to put it back in the sky somehow? Avon will. Juno, there has to be some other way. I can't. You can. We've come this far. Wait, Juno, wait. If this is really happening now, give me a moment. Juno and Avon embrace, one final time. Avon whispers something meant only for her. And then you are forced to move on. Yeah, we're getting into the finale. Because, well, this is going to go on longer than my usual vids for this, but like I said, this is the finale. Wasn't expecting it this soon, but, it is what it is.
The world lives or dies here. This is it.
At the center of the tower, Juno sits upon the pedestal, and Avon reluctantly begins his task. Juno hovers in the air, immobilized. She looks peaceful, as if finally letting go of the burdens she had carried this far, when you hear a familiar rumbling. Man, this thing's really rotting away, huh? Kinda done a number to it. The serpent raises its tattered head to the tower top. It speaks in an ancient tongue as before. Be gone, creature! You don't even have the strength to crush this tower anymore. The serpent continues its low, undulating speech, like smoke rolling over sea water. Avon stops. He's listening. Gordu Svavel. What does it want? It is giving up. It wants to make a deal. Half of a prophecy of extinction, it says. The darkness will lift, and it will spare Arborend. It consumes only half the world. Half the world, in exchange for what? Juno's energy. If I release it to the serpent, Juno will be gone. But she won't suffer. You can tell Avon is seriously considering it. You're going to trust this thing to keep its word? All of these things lead to the same result. I am negotiating with it. Negotiate with me. Avon turns his attention to you with frustration on his face. Behind them, the serpent slithers in resentment at being ignored. Now then, from this moment forward, all of our conversation options, but most importantly, all of our past decisions across the entirety of the Banner Saga will affect this conversation and whether or not we can get the best ending possible. Yes, that's right, a game that actually takes into account all of your past actions in one big moment. I'd say take notes, Telltale, but, well, you're gone. Don't you understand what is happening here? How could I? It's been nothing but lies and secrets since we first met. What choice did we have? Try to imagine if I told you the truth when we met. It was hard enough convincing anyone to listen in the first place. Back in Seegerholm, when I begged you to wait for Juno, how long did you wait? Would you have been so quick to abandon Rook or Alette? After all I did in Einartoft to save the Varl from extinction? If you knew the truth, you'd have drowned me in that lake yourself. I couldn't even trust you to save yourselves. We waited because we trusted you, and we could have waited at Seegerholm forever, and she would have never come, are the right answer. I wouldn't have waited for Rook or Alette either. Gets you nothing. If you did not wait for her, you have the options of so you will decide who is to be saved. That is the right answer. The other two, how were we supposed to know what was going on, or trust all of this was your doing, Avon, gets you nothing. We could have waited at Seegerholm forever, and she would have never come. But that's hardly the point. What's the point of this, Ivor? So brothers and clansmen can keep killing each other over petty disputes? So Varl and Dredge can go on destroying each other over ancient history? Even after we realized the Dredge were only fleeing the darkness, same as the rest of us. Even after discovering a Dredge child dying in the snow, an infant, everyone was ready to slaughter it like a pig. If the Dredge baby was not saved in the Banner Saga 1, then all options lead to the same result. Nothing. But we did save it, so all of our options here will get us 1 point in the right direction. We overcame that fear. Can you ask for more than that? A few. A few overcame that fear. Is this really what you want to argue right now? Look, you've made good points, but try to put yourself in my position. Asked to weigh the fate of the world against their loved ones, would anyone choose the world? The serpent slithers anxiously. It is not accustomed to being ignored, but Avon seems determined to get this off his chest. And we both know how this world really is. Remember Dingler's Godstone? That old woman lies to our face about who attacked who. Then she mocks us for not butchering that stone hurler on sight. And even with the truth laid so bare before us, there was a debate. How can we hope to overcome that kind of spite and ignorance, that hatred? What are we fighting so hard to preserve exactly? If we did not recruit Castaway at the Dangler Godstone, all options will get you nothing. If you did, all options get us 1 point in the right direction. You've had plenty of time to ask that stone hurler how she feels about it. Fair enough. I do understand your meaning, but you don't know the depths of it the way I do. There was a woman near Orsma River, after we somehow survived crossing the chasm. Some of her own clansmen had her tied to a stake. Which, they screamed. She was meant to starve to death. I can still see her face, the torture and the pain. Do you remember how many days she had hung there, starving before we arrived? If you did not help her, Your options are 3 days, question mark, which is a point in the right direction. 4 days gets you nothing. To be honest, I do not remember her, also gets you nothing. Here, whether I remember this proves nothing, gets you nothing. The other two, I only remember that she was not left there to die thanks to us, gets you a point in the right direction, as does 3 days. So they told us. Maybe those men lied, or with the sun stopped, maybe they miscounted. She had been there at least 7 days already. I could feel her agony in the tapestry. According to their own absurd rules, it proved she wasn't a witch. She should have been freed. Can you imagine suffering like that for a world that doesn't even remember you? That's what this is about, isn't it? This is about Juno. I'm not trying to make everything about Juno. I just need to believe in what I'm supposed to do. Avon seems to be swayed by her arguments. The coils of the serpent are wrapping tighter around the tower. You can feel its patience growing thin. There's also another point that you get. If you did not select, screw this, we're going back to Arborang after finding Juno's body in Chapter 21, you will get another point in the right direction. When we found Juno's body smashed and broken on the frozen sea, I saw that same fate for her as that poor woman starving to death. Suffering, alone, forgotten. Everyone else was so quick to give up on her. I'm grateful that you did not, but that's what you're asking me to do now. I must sound pathetic. I realize it has to be hard to sympathize. But maybe of all people you can, Ivor. When you stood against Bellower on the bridge at Einartoft, I finally recognized you, and I knew what you had done to Raisin his child. Or Raisin her child? He followed us to Bowersgard to finish the job. What would you give to have Rook back? Don't make Juno suffer an even worse fate. Please, Ivor. Trust me to find a solution. Avon turns back to the serpent, his body radiating immense power as he speaks to it again. Alfred gives you a severe look as if to say, he lies. You recall her plan to complete the ritual in place of Avon. If you're going to do something, it has to be now. Now, as far as we know, Alfred can only die at the very end of Chapter 21 in the final battle. So, we have 5 endings that we can get. If we trust Avon and wait, we will get ending 1. If Alfred is alive, and we strike down Avon, leaving the ritual to Alfred, we'll get ending 2. I'll go into what each of the endings are afterwards. If Alfred is dead, you get cut down Avon while he's distracted. That gets you ending 3. Avon, this isn't what Juno wanted. If you got 3 points in the conversation we just had, you will get ending 5. If you get less than 3, or 3 or more, you get ending 5. Less than 3, you get ending 4. Avon, this isn't what Juno wanted. Avon again stops speaking to the serpent, but this time he turns to you with sorrow instead of anger. Juno is everything this world deserves. Instead, you got me. I'm so tired, Ivor. Courage. This was the hard part. Forgive me, Juno. I'll love you always.
I've never seen anything like a son coming to life. And I hope I never will again. Stuck with him, just a speck so far above our heads was Juno, who turned the darkness into light. Ivan did not want to leave the sun behind as we departed the inner earth. I expect he will return there often. No Vork crossed our path on the long trek home. They've all turned to ash. And now, we are coming to this journey's long end. The same thought rattling around my head the whole way. Do I dare to hope?
Look at this. I mean, obviously the people here are going to change depending on, who's still alive. Anyways, we just got a bunch of achievements. Oop. We can go over it during the, oh, well, won't keep going. Alright, view all achievements. Guided. Complete the game with all possible heroes still alive. Heck yeah. And... Journey's End. See Rook Orlet safely to the end of the saga. Let's see. No, that's Castaway. That's Pacified. We already went over that. Talk it out. Convince Avon to do the right thing. And that is the Banner Saga 3, and thus the entirety of the Banner Saga itself. I genuinely enjoyed this game, even if I never really got the hang of the combat stuff. At least not until the third, where we had very powerful party members. And yes, I know, I played the game on easy, mainly because I was here for the story of the Banner Saga, and yes, I did do the whole guides thing, just to make sure I got the best choices, because I wanted to make sure I got the best possible ending for the game. And for all my party members. Sorry if you don't like that, it's just who I am. You could definitely see the quality of improvement, or improvement in quality over the course of the games, adding in cutscenes in the second one, and just overall quality of life in the third. I like that they added something new each and every iteration for raising up your heroes. That just could lead to some seriously broken, and yes, I know, playing on easy, it's going to make things a lot more broken, but some that could be very broken builds. Like I've said previously, I might just do some playthrough on my own where I just cheat in all the renown I need to max everybody out. Anyways, back here, we only get this epilogue, or this specific one, if Arborang survived. If Arborang fell, well, obviously you get a lot more somber one. Now, I will go over all the other endings. We got ending 5, the best possible one. In ending 1, if you choose to trust Avon, he strikes a deal with the serpent. Half the world is saved, the other half is consumed by the serpent. Arborang survives, assuming it didn't already fall. Ending 2. The world is saved, Alfred succeeds at the ritual, but at the cost of her life. Ending 3. World is doomed, Juno wanders the world alone forever, since she cannot die. Ending 4. World is doomed, Avon goes crazy and destroys the world. And then there's ending 5. World is saved, Avon carries out the ritual as planned, the one we got. It's almost hard to believe they really did it. Whatever it is. The sun's actually moving again. For a long time, things were looking pretty hopeless. The gods are dead, the world turned to dust, and still we survive. What now? Time passes. Life will return. Grass and green will sprout from the dust. I believe there are other survivors. Varl in the north, perhaps huddled around godstones. South of the darkness, there may still be horseborn fleeing across the fields, or ships of men, or dredge without sunder. So we rebuild. I just wish that my dad could be here to see this. I know how proud he'd be. For a long time now, I've been thinking of an epic poem. You'll never guess the inspiration. Would you care to hear what I've got? This seems like an ideal moment. Aleo smiles and draws his lute from around his back. He sings with a brightness in his voice. Only the sun has stopped, cut with keen-edged sword. Little did they sleep, lest they not come home. Weary the weight of the sun, of our bones the hills, the slayer and the slain. From their homes must all flee, and cast their hone into the air. To speak in all tongues, where a foe may lurk, the destined days shall come. The fetters will burst, brothers fight and kinship stain, and in fear quake all. The true hero comes reluctantly, raising high their shining light. Alas, the sea is still dead and wide, the hounds are a-hungered. We live as we will live, with the mighty grief that was ours and theirs. Only we few remember it now. Yeah, he basically just recited the chapters, or every single chapter title. Leo gives a little cough to indicate he's done. It's not bad. A little bleak, maybe, and we just got poetic justice. Listen to Aleo's recitation. You could use a couple more verses at the end there. Aleo laughs. Ah, you're right. It certainly could. Wait, what is that? Do you see it? You squint into the ashes of Twisted Land, spread out across the horizon. Oddleif's right. Something is there. It looks like a line of people, and at the front. Is that Ivor? Dredge Lover. End the game with all possible playable Dredge alive. Hey, hey! And that is truly the end of the Banner Saga 3. Oh, look. It's what I'm guessing to be a little Alette. Yeah, too short to be current Alette. Plus, Ivor still has both his arms. Like I said, a beautiful game. Loved the cutscenes. The music was good where it was. I did enjoy the characters, even if most of them I didn't really use all that much, because eventually I found a team that I enjoyed. And used only them. But can you blame me? Their combinations were so broken. Oof. Loved the story of it. Might go back and play another one, though I loathe to try siding with Rugga, because it seems to me like it all ends up the same no matter what. I kind of wish that the epilogue also had a "Where are they now?" for some of the characters. Like, what happens with all of them? What happens to the survivors of Arborang? What happens to the Ravens? Do they give up their mercenary ways, or do they form a new team with Ivor at the head? Who's to say? Just one of the things that I kind of wish they'd elaborated on. But anyways, with that... Oh, look, the little Dredge baby. Anyways, with that, I'll leave you guys with these credits. And, well, actually... I mean, I'm still going to leave you with the credits, but it's like... I genuinely enjoyed this. Again, I wasn't the greatest with the, combat, and it wasn't towards the end where I got overpowered that I really got any good. But it is what it is. Like I said, way back in Banner Saga 1, I was here for the story, not much else. Oof. Not much else to say, really. So, yeah. Now, this time, I actually will leave you with the credits for you to enjoy the song. And all these very lovely drawn pictures. Art was so beautiful for this game. And if there's anything more, well, then I'll be back. But with that, if you guys enjoyed this series, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, and, well, I guess I can't say hit the straw poll link to vote for our next series, because that's already been decided. As Dragon Age Origins Awakening. So, if you could, also, please leave a comment down below this video, and I'll see you guys for, well, our next series. Thanks for watching.